washed our in-laws driveway for the very first time. Look at you. Yeah, look at you. Alright, happy December. It's not as much, but we still do have quite a bit of water flow coming in through the creeks, which is very much appreciated because honestly that was a concern of mine. So it goes all the way over. Also, if you can see them, we have cows on the property. Look at all these beautiful babies. Kind of surprised they actually came over to come say hi. Last time the in-laws were over here, they kept running away from them every single time. So for them to be standing at alert and attention is kind of fun. What you guys think? So apparently I've made some buddies. These two keep following me. That and all their friends are like, what you doing? All these guys. Honestly, this just makes me so excited for when we'll have sheep out here. Like, come on. This is just so fun. Like, I know it's hard work and it's literally 20 degrees outside right now, but it makes me so happy. I think you're boss man, aren't you? Hi, gorgeous. Hello, look at that big old nose. You checking me out? Checking you out. As I said, we have a buddy. Look at you. I'm not kidding. The desire for one or two family milk cows or even like a milk operation has crossed my mind. Yeah, a couple of you guys. Granted, you're not mine. I have no idea what your temperament is. Nothing, because they are currently on our land just for the benefit of it and to graze it down for the winter. Alright, this is just something to pay attention to, but there is a lot of standing water this direction in winter, and this is where our driveway is eventually going to go, is behind this pond dam and across that current farm culvert. These guys just keep following me wherever. I'm surprised they haven't figured out that they can just come right over here yet. Alright, the edges of the pond are completely frozen over up until about that point, and it's meeting in the middle, but this might be my favorite thing, is just getting to witness this property change every single time and throughout the seasons. And what I'm really looking forward to is just throughout the years. Like, this right here was already so exciting to get to have cows on our property. Like, they're not even ours, but they just make me so giddy for the future. Like, come on, don't you just love this view? Alright, so I think we're going to build our house where I'm currently standing. For reference, the side of our house should be in line with this. Excuse me. Hopefully the back of our house will have this view. And then I'd say the side of our house, like the other left-hand side, will line up with one of those phone poles for reference. Hopefully that's helpful to myself planning this out, but it might not be. And I need to go. It is so cold. My hands are so frozen. Down.
The name of that color, please.
It is.
There's one.
Yep, it is beaver brown. And throughout our color appointment, we had about 2 to 4 hours to select all of the finishing touches for our house. So as you were previously, we were trying to figure out the shingle color, the brick color, the mortar color. The more fun things to me somewhat was the interior. So we're trying to figure out color tones for the flooring that we had decided to do ourselves, but we were getting the cabinets through the builder. So you're trying to figure out the color tones as well as the style of cabinets, which I didn't keep a clip of, unfortunately, but this is kind of the style that we're going for with a beaded edge, or not a beaded edge, but a rounded molded edge. That way we don't have these hard to take care of creases. And then we were also picking out, of course, our vanities for the bathroom. So this one was going to be the kids' bathroom. I wanted a fun pop of color, so we were kind of going for this sagey color. Same thing kind of goes for the countertops. A lot of the time it felt as though we were kind of choosing out of the options that were available, not necessarily what we would want. So some of these things lean a little farmhouse for my touch, so we ended up actually electing to provide not only our own hardware for the sinks and the cabinets, we decided to provide our own countertops for the kitchen so we could actually get the quartz we were looking for. Same thing kind of goes with the flooring throughout the house. We wanted to do an upgrade, and we also couldn't find a color tone that we liked from them, so we were doing not only the luxury vinyl plank throughout all the living areas, but the flooring in the bathrooms as well. So here you have me trying to figure out what tile to use for our master bedroom. I kind of wanted a bigger format in terms of the main flooring, but then a smaller format in terms of the shower basin itself. Which now brings us to the final walkthrough of the land prior to development. This was, of course, a couple of weeks away from us finally closing on the loan and therefore being cleared to build. So that now brings us here to early February. We just finished a color appointment at the end of January. Therefore, we are now back at the property because we were supposed to be having our driveway work done right about now. And, of course, as always with building, there have been some hiccups. So at the very first clip that you just saw, our pond dam has continued to worsen, making us likely need to reconsider where we're going to run aspects of the driveway. Same thing goes with when we're crossing our lower creek, trying to figure out the best point in which to do that. So we've gone out there multiple times with our excavator and the guy that's doing our driveway to figure out the best placement of this, both in terms of the topography of the land, but also, of course, for the way that we intend to utilize it. So what we're doing is that essentially our driveway and our in-laws' driveway will be shared on our property for the most part. So we have a driveway easement and a utility easement in place for them, but we're trying to make sure that where this driveway is located actually makes the most sense. Alright, so we finally have an updated plan, and we even have progress, because right there, that little dirt patch is actually the beginning of our driveway. And originally we were going to take the driveway up that hillside and use our existing farm culvert and come up here and come around right through there past that tree. However, our pond dam has been busted and leaking for a couple months now, ever since winter. So while we're trying to get that fixed, it's just wise to not probably put this over there, especially since this is the pond dam overflow. So overflow shoots right there and goes over to that creek. So to prevent that, we have moved it to over here. So now we're going to run it up this way. And all those little posts that you can see, boom, 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 go to the top of the hill where our house is going to be. So, finally have some progress. And it feels so good. Alright, so as I was telling you guys, got the driveway sorted out. But we also just found out that our future neighbors who just had their baby actually also invited us to come say hi to the new little man who's 3 days old, I think, now. So I feel so special. Even Sam's invited too, of course, since we're both actually out here together for once. But this slice of paradise finally has some action going on it. I couldn't be more thankful. Also, while we're up here, I don't think we ever showed with you guys our house finally staked out. So it is staked out. The front door is going to be between these two posts, of course. But I'm thinking maybe we'll have like a little parking area over there with garden out this way. And then our view will be sunset over there. Beautiful pond view, 24/7. And then sunrise out this way. he's here.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
he is.
moving dirt. Gotta make sure we keep the boys out of his way. You're not gonna take that way?
Oh, no, yeah.
Look, we got a driveway though. Oh, you're so fast. Oh no. Hello. Where are you? He's so happy boy.
I know.
What are you two doing?
Come on, get back up here, Alice. Alice. Bear Bear. Come on. Alice, Bear Bear, get over here.
You were gonna get sprayed, you know that, right?
What?
We are gonna get
Oh,
sprayed.
we will. Come on, get up here. You're gonna have to get a towel. This is too cold for them.
I'll be fine.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. What I was trying to show you guys is our additional creek that pops up here when we get lots of rain and in the winter season. Well, let's be honest, this video is just just as much for you as it is for me. But oh my goodness, is this thing so much bigger than I remember it being. So can I just say what a glorious day it is? That right there is Sam working on a future walking path, and then behind him is the excavator working on the driveway to our house. So as you guys saw when we first came in, we were actually treated to actually having a driveway, or part of it for once, which is amazing. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I haven't interrupted him either. So.
Honey, this is where the barn's going.
Welcome back to another beautiful day at the property. Let's just say we've had some hiccups, as always, but I think God has done all this to work things out in our favor in the end, or at least it seems that way currently. Essentially, we had some hiccups with our loan process. We were set to close 10 days ago and break ground 8 days ago, as of the date of filming this video, but we've had some hiccups. They did not realize that I was primarily, unfortunately, I guess, a self-employed person. Therefore, they wanted to restructure our loan into something we were not agreeable to, so we had left them and are now in the process of refiguring that out. But as always, I know things are going to work out for the best, and sometimes there just has to be a reason for it. But as always, all blessings. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me. We're back at the land, checking out the staking, and of course our new driveway, which is so exciting. But where I'm currently standing, where the house is where the first camp is. And then the wind took over the conversation. But what I was saying is that I want to put a carport essentially over here alongside of our garden. The carport will then turn into what we hope to be used as a hosting pavilion here in the future. So, kind of a temporary thing that actually has a long-term purpose. And then what I wanted to show you guys here is just kind of the driveway situation. In fact, that this is really exciting for us. We now have a driveway up to our property. We can't cross it all the way yet because we're still missing both culverts, but we're getting there. It's progress, and as always, any change in the land is always exciting. Welcome to our driveway / our in-laws driveway for the very first time. Look how freaking long that is. That looks like forever. This is seriously such a small thing. Truly, I know it is, but having almost owned this property for nearly a year now and not having seen any progress whatsoever, for our building process to get delayed over and over again, this just feels magical and like finally seeing some answered prayers. But gonna keep enjoying this and soaking this in. Sam's over here playing on our culvert. Since we now have the first culvert to access our property, we still need the big main culvert. There is a lot more building chaos and farm development to come, so feel free to subscribe and stick around if you enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.